morning, everybody.
Good morning, Rabbi.
There's a chapter in Tehillim, chapter 23, very famous, Mizmor David, that Hashem is like my shepherd, takes care of us. King David says this, that he comes to recognize that wherever he is, Hashem is taking care of him. So there's a verse later in this chapter, it says like this, Shiftecha umishantecha heima yinachamoni. Your stick, your staff, and your rod, they will comfort me. So shiftecha mishantecha, two different types of sticks. Shiftecha is a stick that you want to hit somebody with. You know? Mishantecha is a stick that you lean on, like a cane that you can lean on. So we can understand how when Hashem gives us a stick to lean on, He comforts us. But when He has a stick to hit us, how does that exactly comfort you? So this is a very interesting concept. So one of the great Hasidic masters explains like this. When a sheep deserts the flock and moves on, so then it's open to prey, it's open to be attacked. The shepherd's not with you. So if you have the shepherd coming after you with a stick, then you know the shepherd is protecting you, because the shepherd is getting you back, making sure that nobody else gets you. So there is this concept that sometimes when something negative happens to us, we think that Hashem deserted us, but on the contrary, it's not that Hashem deserted us. Hashem is protecting us and keeping us in a certain realm because He wants to protect us. So here's a beautiful story. This story officially happened 100 years ago, in the 1920s, in Williamsburg. There was a woman, she was an immigrant, she came, and back then it was very, very challenging to make a livelihood. And she had a son that was very, very sick. She took him to the doctor, and the doctor prescribed a certain medication. So she went, and she took that prescription, she went to the drugstore, and the person behind the counter tells her, this is a very, very expensive medication. She says she doesn't have the money. She started to cry, please give it to me. I must have it. My son's life is dependent on this. So he says, I can't give you for free. She's begging. So he says, okay, listen, the only thing I can do for you is if you sign a contract with me that you're going to clean my store after hours for 2.5 years, then I'll give you the medication. Fine, she signs a contract, and she's walking home. It's late at night. She's walking home, and she's attacked. She's mugged. And the guy is going through her stuff, and he sees this bottle. And she tells him it's medication for her son, but he doesn't believe it. He thinks it's whiskey. He thinks it's vodka. So he opens it up, and he starts to drink it. And then he sees the taste and the thing, whatever. He spits it all out, and he spits it all out on her face and her clothing and everything. She is broken. She just, signed a 2.5-year contract to try to save her son, and now she has nothing. Now she comes running back to the store. And she starts crying to the guy. She tells him, I want the contract. He's like, I'm not giving you the contract. What you want? And he said, no, I'm going to sign for another 2.5 years. So I'll give you 5 years. I need to have the medication. So he looks at her. He sees the color of the liquid on her dress, and he realizes that it's the wrong stuff. He gave her the wrong stuff. And if she would have given it to her son, he wouldn't be around. So he gives her, replaces with the right one, and he takes the contract and he rips it up, and he says, I'm on condition that you don't say this ever happened, because if I could give somebody the wrong medication, that's a big no-no. So people still had a certain value to so that was that. So that's shiftecha mishantecha. Sometimes when you get a patch, the patch is really a protection. So Hashem should help. We should be able to see how everything is really love, and we should have only love, and we should feel that it's love, and we should be zeicha to the ultimate protection, the ultimate revelation with Mashiach Tzidkenu Mehiru V'Minu V'Nomer. Amen.